Contribution of the European Association for the Defence of Rights and Freedoms. By human rights, we mean the fundamental rights and freedoms that belong to every person in the world, irrespective of who they are, where they are born, and what their ideologies are. Now, this may sound very simple, and many believe that human rights law is one of the most outstanding moral achievements of the world, yet there is little evidence that it is effective. That's where ASSEDEL, the European Association for the Defence of Rights and Freedoms, steps in. We are a human rights defence association based in Strasbourg. Our primary purpose is to promote and defend human rights and fundamental freedoms. Moreover, we also work to guide and support victims of human rights violations. We have brought some problematic issues to light of the French government for which there is no practical solution. The first one is respect for human rights. It includes the laws to fight against terrorism, which is being abused by authorities as there is no control mechanism. The next is freedom of expression and the press. Law enforcement gives surveillance powers in terms of viewing video footage, but the lawmaker didn't provide a balanced compromise between the prevention of public orders and freedom rights. The next part is combating discrimination, as a large majority of Arab and North Africans are 20 times more exposed to discriminatory practices and unable to defend their rights. This also includes the degrading treatment of migrants and asylum seekers. Now, look at ASSEDEL's recommendations for fighting all these issues. To counter terrorism, we believe in strengthening the role of NGOs in the legislative process. Establish preliminary judicial control for implementing measures during the state's emergency regime. For freedom of expression and press, there should be clearly defined provisions of the legislative text and legal framework of crimes and penalties so that it doesn't violate personal privacy and freedom of expression. To achieve freedom of association, human rights violations should be investigated during the dispersal operations and ensure that the alleged perpetrators are duly prosecuted in case of excessive force. For ethnic profiling, we recommend mechanisms for monitoring the situation. It includes issuing control evidence, ensuring the publication of detailed statistics on the number of cases, and maintaining the transparency of discriminatory identity checks. For the protection of immigrants and asylum seekers, a non-discriminatory policy for processing international protection applications should be created. Policies should be incorporated for learning French, and language education should be made compulsory so the immigrants don't face any difficulties.